美国足球联盟停摆真假。最近，美国足球联盟禁止球员比赛，许多人怕因此连今年球赛都会受影响。球员控告联盟老板违反反垄断法案，联盟停摆事件是在和解破裂后发生。有些人站在球员那边，并联署支持球员。但有些则对百万身价的球员不表同情。虽然他们也许不急需用钱，但也许仍会找其他差事。像海恩斯沃德就参加跳舞比赛。这次停摆也许会使鸡翅销售量大减，因这是足球迷最爱的零嘴。虽然没了足球，恐怕球员只会出更多包吧。
Live from JBC Sports headquarters, are you ready for some football? That's right, it's the 2011 Playmakers Fantasy Football League Draft Special Show. I'm Dick Jackman. What a great 2010 season we had in Playmakers last year, with another World Championship from Moe's Tavern and Jim Rogers. Of course, for the second season, they were the champs, and for the second season, they beat Brian Reagan and the Boston Stranglers, Fat Jesus and Skinny Buddha, or whatever other names he wants to call them. I'm going to call them the Buffalo Bills. What do you think about that? The question is, can anybody beat Moe's Tavern? Well, I think a very famous NFL coach, who we all love to hate, had some opinions on that. Let's go to the tape now.
Again, I think we have to find somebody out there to beat New England
Moe's Tavern.
Us. And I think that would help. I mean, anybody out there that wants to sign up for it, are you good enough as a team to beat the
Moe's
New England
Tavern.
Patriots? Forget about us. Are you good enough to go out there and beat the
Moe's
New England
Tavern.
Patriots? That challenge in the league.
Well, maybe Rex Ryan's onto something, making a call out to all the teams to try to beat Moe's Tavern. We'll see if that can happen this season. Who knows, maybe one of the 4 new owners will beat Moe's Tavern this season. We'll introduce you to them after the break. We'll also take a look at the Keeper League system and how many of the players are already being kept this season. And then, of course, the reason we're all here is for the 2011 Playmakers Draft Lottery. And that'll, of course, be the main event. So stick around. We'll be right back after these words.
Is it still in the 3rd round?
That's right, Billy B. Absentee.
Has Stallworth been taken?
You want to know who's been taken, Billy? Every one of us. I'm talking about a band of brothers who laid down their afternoon on the most important day of the fantasy calendar.
What's your excuse?
I have no excuse.
Fantasy Rule 32. There's no excuse for absence.
I'll take...
You will take what we give you.
Oh, yeah!
Fantasy Rule 1, play at NFL.com.
Welcome back to the Playmakers Fantasy Football Draft Lottery Special Show. I'm Dick Jackman. We've got 4 new owners this season in Playmakers, and we're going to go through them right now. First off, we've got the Carpet Pissers, owned by John Cousin from Phoenix, Arizona. Welcome, John. Also, Gridiron Tough, owned by Tim McNamara of New Hampshire. The Dr. Scientist Collection, owned by Matt Bybel in Maryland. And, of course, Cromartie's Kids, owned by Joey Dorwart of Maryland. Welcome, Joey. Welcome to the 4 owners, and again, hopefully one of you can beat Moe's Tavern. As you know, we have a keeper system in the Playmakers Fantasy Football League. There are already players that are off the board, including some key players like the surprise from last year, Michael Vick, Aaron Rodgers, Arian Foster, and of course C2K, CJ2K, whatever he calls himself. Anyways, let's go to the tape now and take a look at this season's keepers. Again, they're already off the board. Let's check them out.
The 2011 Playmaker keepers already account for the top 5 running backs and 3 of the top 10 quarterbacks in the game. The biggest surprise of 2010 was obviously the play of Bushmills QB Michael Vick. The Bushmills acquired Vick as a free agent shortly before Vick became the starter in Philadelphia. The rest is history, as Vick went on to dominate at his position with 21 passing touchdowns, 9 rushing touchdowns, and 3,000 yards passing. Bushmills will cough up 10th round chump change to retain Vick's rights for 2011. For the second straight season, Skinny Buddha will retain 2 of the top runners in the game. CJ2K, Chris Johnson of the Titans, is a perennial All-Pro running back with fantasy stud value. Johnson had 1,364 yards with 11 touchdowns in 2010. Skinny Buddha will also retain the rights to running back sensation Ray Rice. With both run and catch ability, Rice adds a nice 1-2 punch for Buddha's backfield. Rice had 1,200 yards and 5 rushing touchdowns with 63 catches for 556 yards through the air last year. 3 years ago, the Mass Marauders drafted QB Aaron Rodgers late in the 15th round. He's now among the NFL's elite quarterbacks with 3,900 yards passing and 28 touchdowns in 2010. The Marauders will also retain the rights to 2010 running back sensation Arian Foster. Foster had a breakout season for the Marauders with 16 touchdowns and 1,616 rushing yards. The Marauders will give up a 4th-round pick to retain Foster's services for another season. And new owner Johnny Kusan has elected to keep running back phenom Jamal Charles. Charles had 1,467 yards and 5 touchdowns, along with 3 receiving touchdowns on 45 catches for 468 yards through the air. The Carpet Pissers will also retain QB Matty Ice Ryan with 28 touchdowns and 3,700 yards passing. Both players have amazing value for 2011. There are sure to be more players retained as keepers prior to draft day, so stay tuned to NFL.com, the new home of Playmakers Fantasy Football League. Now let's send it back to Dick in the studio. Dick.
We're back live at JBC Sports World Headquarters, site of the Playmakers Fantasy Football Draft Lottery Special Show. As you know, we hire a committee. Any draft lottery hires a committee to oversee the draft lottery to make sure it goes to the letter of the draft lottery law. So what we've done is we've hired a special committee, Wang, and Wang, who are behind these doors right now trying to go over the draft lottery seamlessly and to make sure it is a fair draft lottery. I'm going to see if I can get any comments from Wang, and Wang in here.
What's that about?
Obviously, something going on back there. Let me see if I can ring the doorbell. Doorbell didn't work. Let's see if I can just open the door, see what's going on in there.
All right. One, two, three.
So many choices.
All right. Who do you want to go first? Let's do work.
This looks like a winner.
Oh yeah, Prestige Worldwide, right?
Hey,
what's going on in
You
here?
can't be here. No press, no press.
Go to commercial. Let's. We're back with the Playmakers Fantasy Football Draft Lottery Special Show. Well, as we saw from Wang, and Wang, clearly there were some screwy things going on up there, but I can assure you that I took care of it, and we made sure that this was a fair and honest draft lottery. So we will show you the video if you'd like to see it. We actually had it videotaped as the names were being pulled. One of the Wangs pulled the names, the honest Wang that wasn't in the room with the other 2 Wangs. So, with that said, now the main event, the draft lottery for the 2011 Playmakers Fantasy Football League, will start with pick number 10 for the draft lottery. From Phoenix, Arizona, the Carpet Pissers. Pick number 10. Pissers. With pick number 9 in the 2011 Playmakers Fantasy Football League draft. It is Gridiron Tough with number 9. Number 8 in the draft, the Dr. Scientist Collective. Interesting how this is shaping out. We will definitely show you the video. I'm sure there are plenty of people out there thinking, the 4 new owners are getting the shaft. Like I said, I will show you the video if we need to. It was done honestly. Number 7, we'll find out after the break.
Watch O.J. Simpson, number 1 halfback, demonstrate a really close shave.
I'll shave one side with the leading double-edged blade. The other side with the Schick Flexomatic. Now let's see if my wife Marguerite could feel any difference.
I can't tell. Both sides feel the same.
That's why I switched to the Schick Flexomatic some time ago. The shave feels blade close because the head is thin, and it's comfortable because it flexes. You ought to switch to the Schick Flexomatic, the electric that feels blade close.
We're back with the Playmakers Fantasy Football Draft Lottery Special Show. We saw the first 3 picks. They're all new owners, coincidentally, and we will take a look at the video if we have to. We might have to have a special breaking news story after this to show you that. With the number 7 pick, 7 in the Playmakers Fantasy Football League, the runners-up from last season, Skinny Buddha. So that breaks the new owner curse. Number 7, Skinny Buddha, also known as the Buffalo Bills. With the number 6 pick in the Playmakers Fantasy Football League Draft, another new owner, Cromartie's Kids. With the number 5 pick in this year's Playmakers Fantasy Football Draft, the world champions, 2-time world champions, Moe's Tavern. Number 4, we'll find out right now. With the 4th pick in this year's draft, SS Bushmills, the 4th pick. So we've gone picks 10 through 4, and of course now we hit number 3. With the number 3 pick in this year's draft, the Northborough Town Drunk, formerly known as the Boston Blank Beaters. Now, with the number 2 pick in this year's fantasy draft, it is the Mass Marauders, which means the number 1 pick in this year's fantasy football draft is Prestige Worldwide. With the number 1 pick in this year's draft, I'd like to thank you all for watching this special show. I'd like to thank my producer. I don't know what his name is. I'd like to thank the talent and everybody here today. We'll see you on draft day. We'll announce that pretty soon. So stay tuned to your local Playmakers TV network for more updates. We'll see you at draft day.